Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today, I'm not going to do a whole lot of work, but it got me thinking. I was looking at this tree out on my bench and I was going to do a light prune, which I'll go ahead and do today. But then I also looked at this guy. This one is growing on the bottom bench. As you can tell, it hasn't had a lot of really any styling done to it, really no pruning. But it got me thinking that last year, both of these trees were purchased at the same time. They were in just a little small 4-inch or 6-inch uh, container that you buy at like a garden center or something. And the cuttings weren't, you find a branch so the cuttings weren't much thicker than this branch right here, or even this one. When I potted them up, it was basically a cutting that looked just very similar to this. Potted it up and just kind of let them go. But I want to talk about like how fast trees grow, or how to get your trees to grow faster. Um, so last year, both of these trees were planted at the same time in containers. And like I said, they were that small diameter, that branch. This one was put in a small container. I bent it over and started styling it pretty much right away. It's been pruned several times over the last year. This one has not been pruned or styled at all. And I'm kind of going to let this one grow just to see how big I can get it. And I may end up doing a trunk chop or something in the future just to have a nice squatty, thick trunk. Use some of these longer branches for more cuttings and stuff, because this is the Lilliput variety, so the leaves are smaller than a normal portulacaria. But I thought I'd just kind of show the difference and explain, how you can get your trees to grow faster. So you can see the trunk size on this. I'll use this chopstick here for kind of a reference. So you can see this one is about double the size of the chopstick. So it's put on growth, but not near as much as this tree. If you look at this trunk, let me see if I can get in here a little closer too. It's probably 3 times the diameter. It's kind of hard to show, but just looking at them, I'll put this tree up here with it. But you can see the difference in the trunk, that the one in the bigger pot and that hasn't been pruned is probably twice the diameter as the one that was in a smaller pot and has been pruned. So if you have a cutting or even a few cuttings, but you want to get a big tree really fast, put it in an oversized pot, nice healthy soil, and fertilize it a lot and just let it grow. And it will quickly thicken up the trunk and get you a nice big tree a lot faster than if you put it in a small pot and start styling it right away. And I know it's hard sometimes, and that's one reason why I went ahead and potted this, because I just wanted to start styling something right away. So, but if you can, just pick up a couple pots of those cuttings and play around with them. Put a few in a pot that you're not going to touch for a year. Just let them grow, and then you can also experiment and play with some smaller cuttings and turn them into trees. So let me just set this off to the side here, and we'll just go ahead and prune this little guy. Just give it a quick maintenance prune, but hopefully you guys thought that was helpful anyway, for those of you that kind of want to know how fast trees grow, or at least portulacaria, afra, dwarf jade, how to get them to grow faster and how long does it take. So I guess the moral of the story is big container and leave them alone, and that's the quickest way to get a nice big thick trunk and big tree. Because the more you prune on it, it does, each time you prune a tree, it stresses it a little bit. Plus, you kind of look at the leaves as like little solar panels. So the more solar panels it has, the more energy it can really absorb and, you know, push into the growth on the tree. And each time you prune it, you're taking some of those solar panels away. And like I said, you're also stressing the tree a little bit. So it just takes it a bit to recover from that, and just doesn't have the energy consumption as a tree with a lot more leaves on it does. So that's why it grows so much faster in a bigger pot where the roots, because the top of the tree is going to match the root vigor too. So if you don't have a lot of space for the roots to grow, it's going to stunt the top of the tree a little bit. So give the roots a lot of space to grow and spread out, and then it'll cause the top of the tree to grow a lot faster. So it's kind of but I thought it was neat, you know, as I was looking at these two, you know, that I thought, I was like, hey, wait a minute, I planted these at the same time last year, and look at the difference in them. Just by the environment's the same, soil's the same. It's just how the size of the pot and, you know, pruning or not pruning. So that's kind of the difference. But I think this guy's about back in shape now. Just kind of, I'm going to thicken this part out here a little bit, but it's not looking too bad. So I think with that, we'll call an end to this video. And like I said, hopefully that was helpful. And if it was, hit that little thumbs up button if you would. Appreciate it. And with that, I'll just give you a quick spin around on this little guy. There's the front. There's the left side. There's the back. Right side. And back to the front. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.